Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Oscar Buzz. It's Cannes Film Festival Day 4. Trevor here, joined by Thomas. As always, I'm wearing a Tottenham jersey to show how sad I am. And let's talk about it because we have a potential Palme d'Or
We do.
frontrunner.
A definite front runner at this point, yes, potential winner. And that was not the only film that got very good reviews today. We had a couple, so exciting day, a lot of quality films.
A24 might have their first Palme d'Or. We'll see. We'll see. Might break the neon streak. Let's talk about it. I just want to jump right in. All right. The zone of interest getting Raves. Here, we're just going to zoom in on this.
Yep.
Look at that.
It's strong. It's very strong. It's easily the strongest film we've had so far. And interestingly, it was one that had buzz going in. So, like, Jonathan Glazer, quite a big name, one of the bigger directors with a film going to Cannes. So, exactly, A24, there was that quality assurance already going into the festival. So, this is always going to be one that was going to get good reviews. I don't think we necessarily expected it to be this sort of rave. So, I mean, it's a very interesting concept, though. It sounds like a fascinating film. So, not too surprised.
Yeah. This is an interesting review from Amanda the Jedi, film YouTuber. The horrors of Auschwitz, heard and seen from inside a family's perceived perfect home. The ease and comfort in which these atrocities are committed from the perspective of a man not only committing them but making them more efficient. Pacing may not be for everyone, but effective in its messaging. And yeah, I mean, from what I've heard, this is quite experimental and weird. And slow, but just a hard hitter.
Exactly, it feels like the sort of thing that would appeal to a Cannes audience. Therefore, it's not impossible to think that maybe this will be the one that ends up taking the Palme d'Or at the end. It sort of fits.
Yeah.
If you look at the more recent winner, they have gone for the slightly more experimental stuff like this. So yeah, I mean, Titan,
they gave the Palme d'Or to Titan.
Yeah.
Come on. Reviewer from Robert Daniels, one of my favorite film critics. Revelatory, chilling, precise, like all things I want to see, like rendering the cogs and mechanisms to normalize mass murder. I don't want to see another movie after it. Like glowing praise, the happy life of a German Nazi family based in the horrors of the Holocaust are heard off screen. Also Mika Levy doing the score, whose work was fantastic in things like Jackie and Good Time. So really excited to see what he does, because his scores are always like really weird and I don't know. Like, this film feels built for me.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, no, I mean, I hope it's a slightly more, nuanced portrayal than a film like The Boy with Striped Pajamas, which I guess the concept sounds fairly similar, but it looks like this is actually, exploring these ideas. So, which sounds great.
For sure. Yeah, so we won't go through all the reviews, but we see Emma Sassett gave it a 4. I mean, David Ehrlich with a 4.5. Ella Kemp gave it a 5. Yana Murray gave it a 4.5. So lots of really big film critics giving it very, very high scores.
Yeah,
always good to see. With the international critics pool, it's easily the highest rated. I think we have a Palme frontrunner. I genuinely do.
Completely agreed.
As far as awards potential, if this is the Cannes movie, we're looking at a director nom.
Exactly. There's been a trend recently where they do a Cannes director, and I guess if you want to be predicting one, it's safest to go for the Palme d'Or winner. So if it doesn't win the Palme d'Or, I guess there would be a case that it could be a different Cannes director, but I'd say Jonathan Glazer, if you are looking at one, would be the one to go for.
Well, and not always. I mean, look at Ryusuke Hamaguchi for Drive My Car, right? I feel like it's just the buzziest film as far as awards, the highest critically rated almost. The Palme. So we'll see. But I mean, if this happens to be the highest critically rated and the Palme winner,
yes, then definitely slot him in.
Yeah. And it would be a weird Best Picture nominee from what I've heard. And acting doesn't really seem like it's in play, or writing, but it could get the Tree of Life treatment of director and cinematography or something like that.
Yeah. And if it gets that, I guess why would it stop? Maybe it could get to picture, especially if when it does get released to the public, people are still loving it, people are still raving about it. I could see this just being a sort of thing for critics and for the Cannes crowd, but there is potential that it goes further.
The question is A24's campaigning. It's once again this year, can they get two things in, especially when they already seem pretty committed to Past Lives? And Past Lives, I mean, I haven't seen this, but Past Lives feels quite accessible. I mean, from the people that I've talked to, and I felt when I thought that it was quite accessible. So this feels like it is not. So
no,
we'll see about that and what A24 decides to do with it. Like it feels like much more of a Neon project, weirdly. But
it does. But I guess Neon are probably looking at other stuff, maybe potentially about Dry Glasses, which was another film that was released today, which also received very good reviews.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah, I mean, this is a 3.8. Very highly rated. I mean, this director, very acclaimed in the past. And, you know, people are saying that this is their best, which is what you need to hear. I mean, Matt Nagler right here with this 4.5-star review. Most complex, best film to date. Like, once again, maybe, you know, slow pace, 3 hours can test people's patience. But, like, for these international directors to be, like, breaking into the awards race and things like that, we need to be hearing best of their career.
100%. And this could also be one that just gets into sort of international feature conversation. Like, I can definitely see it being one of those things that gets into that, one of those 5 spots at the end of the year. So, you know, just because this might not necessarily be elevated to the sort of director, maybe the cinematography, which sometimes comes along with these kind of films, maybe if it isn't even that, I think international feature is definitely in contention for it.
Yeah. I mean, I had it as like one of my top contenders, and I don't see any reason why that should change. And we'll see what the distribution looks like. But as mentioned, like Neon, it feels like the type of thing that Neon could pick up. They love you know, can and just
exactly
like grabbing everything. So yeah, no, I could definitely see it. I mean, I'm excited about this film. You know, nice slow cinema piece. So yeah, I don't think there's that much else to say. Not that many critics, it seems like, have been able to see it. So we'll see what like the rating does, and you know, if it goes up, goes down, as more people start to see it. But I mean, so far reception's been strong, and you can't really ask much more of a film.
No.
So obviously, the zone of interest is number one. Like it's
it's not that close.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it kind of is though, because Monster, it keeps on rising. You know, day one, like it was a 3.6, then it was 3.8. It's now up to a 3.9. So
yeah, it is rising, to be fair, and I could even see it getting 4 by the end of the festival. Like that is definitely a possibility for the film.
Absolutely. Like it's definitely been surpassing Broker. And like, you know, Shoplifters at a 4.2. We'll see if it can hit it. But like Monster is looking quite strong. Its Metacritic is now a 79. So
so pretty strong. One of the strongest things he's had. But Zone of Interest will be very interesting to see what that Metacritic score is, how high that will end up. That's going to be particularly interesting.
I could see high 80. Honestly,
I could see high 80s. Yeah, it makes sense.
Like I could see high 80, if not a 90. Genuinely.
Yeah.
So we'll see. About Your Grass is currently sitting at a 3.8. The Nature of Love, not in competition, but still holding pretty strong at a 3.6. And then Four Daughters is the next film in competition. Kind of got buried under About Your
Grass. It did a bit because it was sort of the third best critically rated thing today, but it was still very good. It's still apparently very good. So yeah, definitely want to look out.
No critics that we have on our list that we're keeping track of that saw it, but like a solid 3.6. People seem to be generally intrigued by it, so that's one to keep an eye on, I suppose. Pictures of Ghosts, another one that did quite well today. Overall a good day.
Yeah, because as mentioned yesterday, like we weren't getting the best things in terms of reviews. A lot of them were quite middling. Today, you know, we got a plethora of well-reviewed things, which is always nice to see.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Picture of Ghosts, not in competition, but it's the highest rated doc of the festival so far. How to Have Sex, people seem to like quite a bit. Directorial debut by Molly Manning Walker, 3.5. Some people more than others. The Oscar expert Emma Sassig seem to like it more. David Ehrlich and Matt Nagley a bit lower on it. And just rounding out the list, we got Le Regnanimal, Only the River Flows is a new addition, and Anselm. Other things in competition of note, Black Flies is one of the worst reviewed films of the festival, so I don't really think
didn't do great.
Keep an eye on that. There's The New Boy, which isn't in competition, but that's the Kate Blanchett thing. She's playing like a crazy nun in it or something. She has like a supporting role.
Sounds very weird, but yes, like okay reviews, I guess, middling.
Yeah. But nothing special. Indiana Jones has dropped to a 53 on Metacritic. It's at a
Yeah.
52 on Rotten Tomatoes, a 3.2 on Letterboxd. It's not
It's
looking
not
good.
looking good. It's getting worse. It is getting worse as more people are seeing it. So I felt like even the hope that it would be better than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, even that is waning for a
Yeah.
lot of people. I think this just could be a failure. It's looking like a flop,
Yeah.
which is a
It's
big
looking
shame.
like a
But
hardcore flop.
indeed,
But that's pretty much everything from the day. Again, Zone of Interest and Bad Grasses are the two big stories of the day.
yeah,
Now later today, because we're recording this morning,
yeah. Don't break the immersion. Yes,
we got Killers of the Flower Moon in May December.
we do.
At the time of
This is yeah,
recording, they will literally be premiering in like 2-3 hours. By the time this video gets out, they'll probably be premiering as we like as you're watching this. If you're watching this
yeah,
right when it comes,
yeah.
so
This is maybe the biggest day of the festival. So like
yeah,
keep a lookout because these are two that we have highest in terms of potential Oscar contention. So
yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
this
it's
will be big.
Todd Haynes and Scorsese, like.
Exactly.
So yeah, so we'll be talking about that. There will be a video later today. You're going to double upload today. So yeah, we'll have a video tonight talking all about those first reviews for Killers in May December. We'll see. Like, do they live up to the hype? Are they going to be flops? We'll be talking about it later. But that is everything for today. Also, we'll see if May December is a potential challenger to the Zone of Interest.
Yes, because it is important to remember that is in competition. Obviously, Killer the Flower Moon isn't, so
Of
it's not as
course.
important in terms of looking at the Cannes Film Festival, but definitely very important, that film.
Absolutely. But that is it for Can Day 4. Thank you everybody for watching, and stick around later today for our Day 5 recap. Lots of fun stuff. I mean, we're nearing the halfway point to the festival, so
We
we'll
are.
keep on going every day talking about all of the new premieres, and then we'll react to the awards, and we'll chat about the awards once it's all over, and then we're into Emmy season this summer. Lots of fun stuff. But thank everybody for watching. Until later today, we'll see you there for for another video. Until then, stay safe, and I'm gonna be sad about Tottenham. Goodbye.